Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch review. And yes, it is Friday, therefore whatever Friday, so that means it is going to be Eaglemoss day today, since we just got done doing a Transformers video. And you know what, I figured since I haven't done one of these ships in about 4 months or so, even though they don't do well, we're going to finish off the Battlestar Galactica, Colonial Fleet that I do have with the Battlestar Valkyrie on the shelf today. And of course, I bought this some time ago, back when Eaglemoss was still amongst the living, and of course, so we are going to take a look at it right now. But first, since it's one of those special edition things, or the Eaglemoss all came in these big boxes, we're going to take a quick look at the box. And of course, on the front we have the Battlestar Valkyrie, nice product shot, of course the colonial symbol in the background. So say we all: Battlestar Galactica official starship collection, Battlestar Valkyrie, Battlestar Galactica, Battlestar Valkyrie, and nice colonial symbol on the top right there. And then of course we have a nice little bio. You can pause and read when you like. And we'll go to the other side, same thing. And then of course they have an upper orthographic view of the Valkyrie, and of course all the legal stuff on the back side. And there we go for the box. And we'll leave the Valkyrie in the back because of course this was when magazines got hand pocket size, so just to fit in the magazine. Of course, we have a nice 3D rendering of the Valkyrie. It looks really good. In fact, you can see the detail of the launch bays. That looks really good. And then of course we have the ship, a nice frontal view of it. Battlestar Galactica official starships collection. This is the Battlestar Valkyrie, and of course the Battlestar Galactica symbol BS75. And we have our table of contents. We have our stand instructions. Of course, it doesn't clip on, just sits on the stand. And then of course we have the design spec, the ship profile, behind the scenes, and the fleet, civilian vessels. Battlestar Valkyrie, it is from the colonial navy. It is a battleship. It has high density and kinetic energy weapons, that was a mouthful, and nuclear weapons, and it has a length of 649 meters. And we have some shots of the booster, the colonial symbol, and of course the launch bays. And then of course we have our same front orthographic view of Valkyrie. There's a nice shot of the Valkyrie right there. Of course, I believe this is part of the Ghost Fleet. There it is right there. That was from Blood and Chrome. So there we have Valkyrie right there. And of course, then, of course, we have a few more shots of the Valkyrie. Unfortunately, then we have the nice, I love this, the orthographic views of the Valkyrie. You got a top view, a front view, a rear view, and a side view. Looks really good. Absolutely cool. And it is a colonial warship. We got all the cool little Cylon details here, looking good. It would be so nice to see a few more movies about the Cylon War. The first one, definitely just see the Battlestars, actually see a bit more even of a fight, even though I do love the remake. And then of course we have the undercover operations, whole bunch of stuff likely from Blood and Chrome. And then of course we have the some of the ships from the fleet. I forget if we got, I don't think we got Cloud9. I don't think we got any of these ships yet. I think they stopped at the Astral Queen. And then of course there is the original series Landrum, one of the next issues. And then of course they have the colonial symbol on the back, and that is all for the magazine. And of course we'll talk about our stand real quick. And of course this is the usual Eaglemoss stand, and it just pegs right into the hole right here. And you know, so you got this divot right in here. I'll show you what that is for. So if we take a look at our ship from the bottom view, you know, on the FTL, I believe this is part of the FTL, you got this little divot down here, and this stand is just gonna fit right under there with that nice little pocket in the divot. And there you go. And it just rests on there. Again, as long as you're not touching it, it'll be okay. And you notice that you know it's on right because you can't really move it forward or backward. It's kind of locked in with that divot there. So that is how you get the ship on its stand. And let's talk about the Valkyrie. And again, this is more of a smaller ship than its two brethren. Again, really good looking here. And it kind of looks like it has maybe a washer in it. And I kind of feel a little bit of a cold touch right here. So I guess it's got some die cast in the middle. It's actually got some substantial weight to it, which is kind of different from the rest of the Battlestar Galactica models, because the Pegasus I know felt kind of light. The Galactica felt kind of light. This one feels pretty substantial, pretty beefy. And of course, you know, it's got these nice beefy pylons leading. The pylons don't retract on this one, just like the Pegasus, I don't believe. And of course, we have the symbol up front. We have the symbol back here. And then of course, we have some nice red detailing around the ship. Looks really good. Again, lots of detail to kind of run your fingers over. We got some venting detail. As you move across the back, you can see the cannon detail right here in front and center. And then of course we got some nice nice pockets, got a nice little, again, just really nice subtle designs. You can see like just, it's kind of got this battle hardened beat to it. You got some dents, and you got some dinge all over it. It's just kind of looks like she's been in some, she's seen some stuff. Got a few more cannons here on the launch pods, and again, a lot of nice detail along the side. Definitely really cool. Got a kind of opening back here, and that looks really good. In fact, it is open. Yep, it is open on both ends. This is open. I thought it was black paint. It is open. I haven't looked at this model in a while, if you can tell. And then, of course, on the bottom, you can see some more cannon detail down here. Again, really nice considering you'll never see this. I love how they have part of the FTL. I believe this is the FTL drive, because if you remember in Blood and Chrome, they go into it. They kind of go around it when they're near the Archeron, the remnants of the Archeron. They got some cannons right back here. You got a bunch of like piping and conduits down here, looking really good. Again, really nice detail. Got some black detailing on the venting. Looks really good. Again, it totally feels. This model feels kind of. If you look at it, you're looking kind of 2D. It makes it feel kind of 3D with the way everything is laid out. Everything has depth. Everything has a nice dark shade. Even like look right here. You got some nice conduit detailing. I mean, really, really cool. You're never gonna see this side of the ship. I mean, well, I've had this thing on display for a while now, and it's just, you never see it. It's cool they spent all that time on that. And then you go to the boosters. Now, when I got this, one of the boosters was detached. It just frictions right back in. I've never had it fall out again, but just FYI, if you do get this model, just kind of be aware of that. And again, you got some nice vent detail on the engines, lots of molded detail. Kind of got some exposed conduiting back here, looking really, really good. And then of course you got pockets where the armor exposes conduits and whatnot, and that looks really, really good. And then some nice detailing on the rear pylons, looking good back there. And these look like some cannon detail right here. Again, lots of nice subtle details to the ship. It looks really good, and especially for a ship that, once again, like a lot of Eaglemoss, we don't see this ship very much. We get a few clips of it in Blood and Chrome, and a clip of it in one episode of Battlestar Galactica, and that's really it. So there we have it for the Battlestar Valkyrie. And of course, for some quick comparisons, let's get the whole family in here. So we'll get the Blood and Chrome Galactica out there. It's missing part of its stand. It fell off while it was on the holding area. So we got the Galactica in there, and we can see kind of how that looks. You can just kind of see, actually, I think it scales pretty decently with the Galactica. The Galactica, I believe, over 1,000 meters. I gotta look at the size of the Galactica again, but this is not scale, obviously, but again, kind of looks like a more appropriate size, the Valkyrie being smaller. And then real quick, let's move the Galactica off to the side, so we can get the Pegasus in here, the beast, and we can kind of see how that looks. We'll move the Valkyrie front and center. It's the star of the show. The Pegasus had her day, and again, definitely not to scale, the Pegasus just being a massive ship that it is. And then real quick, let's move the Pegasus back just a bit, and let's get a nice family shot of the Galactica, the Pegasus, and the Valkyrie, and that looks sweet. Just looks, oh man, this is why you buy this, just to see this. And I'm hoping to get the Loki and the ship we see, Osiris, that we see in Blood and Chrome at some point when I see prices go down. So definitely looking to get those. But yeah, this just looks totally cool. I absolutely, I adore it. This is super sweet. So again, really cool there for comparison. So let's summarize. And there we have it for the Eaglemoss Hero Collector Battlestar Galactica Collection, Battlestar Valkyrie. And yeah, again, another hit by Eaglemoss, especially for a ship that, like so many Eaglemoss models, I say this over and over again throughout my videos, we just don't see this very much, and it's so cool. This got such nice attention to detail. You know, it's again, like all the Battlestar Galactica ships, it's beautiful, nice. It's a feast for your fingers to run over because there's so much going on with this model. Despite the bland coloring used by the Colonials, this feels, again, there's lots of depth to the coloring. I feel the nice darker areas, all that. She feels used. She feels like a battleship that's seen some stuff. It doesn't look like this pristine princess. It, again, totally captures the essence of the ship in the series. It has a decent sized weight to it. It looks good. It feels good. And boy, does it really fit in with the rest of the fleet. I mean, you have all these on the shelf and you realize this is why you started this collection. And that being said, that is going to conclude this review. Now, I got this ship from Eaglemoss, but guess what? I I do see it available on Real Merch. I'll put a link in the description down, or not Real Merch, excuse me, Master Replicas, forgive me. I'll put a link in the description down below. I'll put a description of both down below because I'm trying to help you out. Just real quick, I want to state something because I had a commenter. I'm in no way affiliated with either of these sites. I am here as another collector, from one collector to another, just trying to help everybody else get a decent deal on these ships. There's no reason that you have to pay these scalper prices for these ships. Get something you love, collect it, and get it for a decent price. So please, by all means, I put these links for a reason. If you want some ships, get them. I get nothing for this except the satisfaction of knowing I'm helping my fellow collectors out. And that being said, that is going to conclude this review. It's probably not going to do as well as the others because Battlestar Galactica doesn't do well, and that's okay. Either way, we will be back next week after a weekend hiatus. And that being said, if you found this review fun and informative, hit the like button down below. Also consider subscribing to the channel. I do Eaglemoss 1 to 3 times a week. It's going to be amping up as the season gets colder now. So there we go for that. And that being said, I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. So say we all.